Hey, Root Bear is a stealth-like silly game where Rudy, the bear you saw, the sneakiest bear around, goes around levels and roots through trash cans, dumpsters, and other things to collect items. Now, in the gameplay, he can do things like hide. He can, as we can see, he can root through items and pick it up. That gets stored in his backpack, which he'll be able to offload onto his red buggy in the bottom left corner later to get points. Right now, as you can see, he is currently in his hide mode. He is being sneaky, so all the guards that you see later won't be able to see him. Now with the items, they all have their own... Sorry. Now you see the guard is chasing Rudy because it heard the sound of it. But since he's hiding, he's no longer making sound, and you can actually see how loud Rudy is being at the moment. On the top right of your screen, as you can see, it's barely audible since he's sneaking around. But when he has more things and is running, it starts to get louder and louder. Then, Alan, would you care to talk a bit more about the sound system and how it works?
Sure. So, whenever Rudy takes a step, he effectively makes sound, and there's a little sphere that no one can see, that if a guard is inside of it, the guard gets alerted that he's nearby, and the longer he stays inside the guard, the bar on the right goes up further and further and further, and the farther it goes up, it turns, and you can see more bear puns. So if we can get higher and higher, unless it... Oh, yep. So whenever he hides, the guards immediately have no idea where he's at, because obviously he can sneak super well. He's very good at hiding his large body behind small objects. But yeah, whenever the guard gets too far away from the bear, from Rudy, the guard just goes, "Oh well, I don't know where he is anymore," and just walks away. There are also hats hidden around the levels and maps, and when you pick one up, it goes into your inventory. There should be one right behind, all the way at the cul-de-sac. I think it's the lampshade. Yep, it's right there at the house. So if he goes and gets caught, if he goes and gets seen by a guard, he can put on the hat. I think it's E. Yep. And the guard has no idea where he's at anymore. He can hear him, but he can't see him, because Rudy is sneaky like that. And then there's fun little hats strewn around. We have a little propeller hat, have a lampshade, a new Shanka, a Russian hat. A Doug Dimmadome hat is in. The number one hat from SpongeBob, Smitty Werberman Jensen. It's not named, so we're outside of copyright. And yeah, I think that's it for sound and how Rudy gets around. Kavika, do you want to go off on?
Oh, yes. After that, as you can see, we have very unique visuals, and specifically Ryan, I believe, would like to present on that.
Sorry, yes, having to drive and talk. So the idea that I had for Root Bear in general was kind of more, cartoony, low poly. But I wanted to try and mess around with cell shading a bit, and so most cell shading you see kind of has like between 8 and 12 levels where they kind of normalize colors on there. But we decided to try and bring that number down even further and have somewhere where we only have 5 delineations between our colors, just to really get a really cartoony pop, very very small child almost drawing style. Pretty much everything you saw or that you see in here was created during the game jam, so we spent a lot of time doing a lot of low poly modeling and a lot of hand texturing to get everything cohesive, but still feeling like it was all made together at the same time. So
Also, the sun lamps will be worked on. They will not
Yeah,
screw you
yeah.
at all. Another neat thing, the little light ring around Rudy and around like the guards, or around their flashlight. There was a neat shader that was made by 2 other people on our team that weren't able to make it. They do some weird, funky black magic code with a nice, juicy 4-layer deep for loop. And that's to detect like nearby light sources, so it can snap onto it and like shine light onto nearby objects that will be able to take the light. I don't know if they're going to go back and work on that and not have it as a super thick for loop, but yeah, I think that's about it for the main juicy part.
Yep.
Vika, do you have anything to add?
Well, we do have plans for the future. For example, like making levels that intertwine better with the story, so the player has an actual goal instead of right now just rooting around. We have one planned for museum, but sadly we cannot show it to you guys because that is under lock and key. And then other than that, I don't know if you can, for you guys, can you hear the sound or the music at the moment?
I don't think they can. I think someone
can.
said that they can't. Well, we can hear it on the. We can hear it here, but I don't know if they can hear it over the stream.
Okay. Well, there is background music, so it isn't just silent.
Yeah, there is also sound effects for when he roots to the trash and when he's running around for Rudy and the guards as well.
And then I believe that is it, if I'm not forgetting anything.
Yeah, I think that's it for gameplay. Yeah. This is all we got done during Game Jam. And I guess we can take questions now if anybody has questions. Oh, yeah, and then there's the bar that goes up. Yeah.
A lot of praise in the chat for the game. A lot of people talking about how funny and fun it is. So, yeah, definitely enjoyed the music. I was moving the volume up and down because everyone's voices were at different levels, so trying to make sure that we could hear the voices and the music. Required a bit of leveling there. Paisley Greer says, really love the music in SFX.
The music was done by Chad. And actually, music and SFX was done by our music guy, Chad.
Excellent. Good job, Chad.
Thank you.
Lots of praise of the humor in the game.
Yeah, so that was one of the big things that we really wanted to push. I think we kind of had the idea that it's kind of like Sly Cooper meets Goat Simulator, like kind of like mashing those two together, where you've got a great core game like Sly Cooper, but you have a lot of absurdity and a lot of eccentricities that are going on around you that you just kind of have to deal with because that's what the game's telling you to do with it. You know, like this bear is too big, you should be able to just like beat people up it by regular game logic, and then you know he's going to sneak and he's going to hide and he's going to try and like stay away from these humans that are half his size.
Excellent. Dove wants to know about all the objects you can find in the trash. What all can you find in the trash?
Ooh, we made a lot. I think there's an apple core, a banana peel, a classified documents, a like Ming vase. I think we had a diamond. There's a number of things, and the list is just going to grow from there. Like the monetary value we're trying to give to them is extremely random as well, because you have to think like if a bear is looking at something, he's going to put more value to the things that he can eat over the things that are just kind of random bits. You know, like it's a fun exercise trying to figure out what a bear would appreciate over a human in this situation.
Honeycomb's worth a lot more than classified documents.
Yeah. Write that one down. We gotta get the honeycomb.
And what he finds in the trash is to help push the wacky, silly aspect of, again, what would he like more? Classified documents, which we think would be very important, or a half-eaten apple. Maybe he likes the apple better.
Yeah, we won't talk about copyright problems with a picnic basket. A yellow hat or the like, but looking forward to it. Oh, and of course, people are asking for honey and honeycombs, so
That would make sense.
honey would be
Yep.
interesting.
On the list now.
All right, just hoping there's no bear trap. Yeah, a lot of good talk about how you did the light source detection. Appreciate that. Our last year's game jam obviously was really focused around seeing. Did any of you take part in the 2022 game jam?
Yeah, I saw that one. I was blown away by the use of light in that one. It was a very, very novel idea.
Yeah, Tread Lightly did very well with it. So might see about connecting you with their team if you need any help with that. But it seems like you have that pretty well in hand already. Excellent. What are the main areas you're looking for help with, or do you pretty well have everything covered at this stage?
So the level that we made was our first idea and what we think we could accomplish inside of the scope of the game jam.
Right.
Though, like I was saying previously, our goal is to transform it from just a wander and do your own thing to a more linear style, where you would have certain goals or need certain key items to progress in a certain direction, and have like an overarching goal, for example, stealing something, unlocking a room, or getting a certain amount of money from the things you stole.
A lot of praise in chat for the oversized stealth bear, and how much fun that is. Oh, and I really liked how you handled the colors, because it really does look like an old classic 3 or 4 color comic from the past. You had very limited color options.
Yeah, we're gonna try and really get that idea really honed in with the coming month or so.
All right, last questions. Anything special about how you see launching this? PC Steam release, something else?
At the moment, oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
At the moment, we are just launching on itch.io. We don't know what the future will hold. So right now it's a bit of an unknown.
All right. Well, thank you all very much. We're going to go ahead and do a quick transition, and we will be back with Sprout. Not Root Bear, but Sprout. Thank you very much, Root Bear.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you.